Hey everyone, Chris here with another episode of City Skylines on the Double Tap A channel. How are y'all doing? Before I start this episode, I need to remember something, and I'm gonna do it now. Our city needs a name. This is a boring name. This was a randomly generated name we got when we first created this. Now, I'm gonna rename this city to Double Tap A Utopia. It's not the great. Oh, it didn't save. Great. Okay, let's try that again. Double Tap A Utopia. Yeah. It's not the nicest name. It's kind of a jumbled mess. And it's, I don't know what to describe it, but we needed a name, so that's it. I might change it later. I'm not sold on it. But welcome back to our city, guys. And for today's episode, I have a few things in mind that I want to do. I've got actually quite a few planned, so I think this episode might be a bit more structured than our last one. I was kind of just, working on actually establishing a city, but now that we have it, I have quite a few projects that I think are going to be really cool to build. So I'm just going to list them off, and then we're going to get right to work. First of all, this mountain here, I want to build a nature preserve with trails running through it. I mentioned it last episode. I'm going to do it this episode. Another thing, I was made aware that there is now a soccer stadium in this game, which you could actually host matches and stuff in. So it's in here, and this thing is a monster. It's a football stadium, but it's soccer if you're from North America. And look how big this thing is. Oh my god, this takes up like so much room, but I think it would be really cool to build. It's also 200,000, which is really expensive. So I've kind of placed some roads down here to kind of make way for that, and we'll do that a little bit later on in the episode. And then also over here, we have a train track running right through here. So I think setting up like a train station and maybe a cargo terminal with this industrial area here would be a really good idea. And also, I want to try to put a boat, like a ferry station or a cargo station with the boats in here if I can, and if not, we'll have to do it in this river area, but we'll see. That will be later on in the episode too. I've also got a little bit of a traffic issue all in here and in the it's cleared up in the industrial area, but it's this is starting to get very packed, so I'll have to see what I can do about this, whether it's upgrading these roads to highways or just kind of adding more options, because this is really the only off-ramp for our city. So maybe if I add another off-ramp over here to the industrial area, that will alleviate the traffic over here. So I've got quite a few things in line right now. We'll see where we go, but first of all, I really want to work on this nature preserve. So I'm going to do that right now, and we'll see what happens. Now, I was thinking for the entrance to this park, this little offset of land right here off the road might be a really good spot to do it, but the mountain is so steep I don't know if I'd be able to get paths going up there. My other option is coming in from this side, but then I wouldn't know what to do in there really. I could also start it over here too, but I would have to create infrastructure coming in through here. So I'm not really sure what I want to do right now. I could also do some more terraforming. Actually, thinking about it now, I think that might be my best option, is to terraform in here, get some roads down here, and then kind of build the mountain so I can put the paths up here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright, tell me what you think, guys. Does that look weird for like an entrance if we had like a park in here and then all the nature trails coming off of here? And I'm going to terraform around there. Actually, I'm going to do that right now on camera for you guys. Oh, except I need a bit more soil. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take some of this soil from here, widen this guy up. Yeah, that looks good. And right there. Okay, we got a bunch of soil now. So I'm going to start this, kind of build this guy up. Yeah, that looks cool. And then if I can take that and bring it around like that. Yeah, that's a nice little incline. And then take some... That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna have to kind of smooth this area out if I can. It's really hard to get mountains that look really good. I mean, mostly just because I'm pretty bad at doing it, but that'll have to do for now. So this will be the main area where like the entrance to the nature park is going to be. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of off-camera work here and kind of spruce this area up, and then I'm probably going to work on the trails on camera. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Alright guys, I finished up the entrance here. Tell me what you think. I went a little bit overboard with the scenery, but I've got this botanical garden in the middle, these two little Japanese gardens, and then a ton of parking, because this is kind of like being treated as a national park, and they're going to need a lot of parking for that. So I added lots and lots of parking lots, and I think that looks pretty cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring the paths off here, and I'm going to do that on camera, but first we got to address something. I did the thing where I kind of wasn't looking at the rest of the city, and it looks like there's another garbage issue here. So I'm just gonna stop emptying these because I think that's using up a lot of my resources, and they're just not able to pick up as much garbage because of that going on. So if I do that, hopefully that will solve that. I'm also, just to be safe, since we're making 6,000 a month, I'm not worried about losing money. I'm gonna plop down just another incinerator, just to make sure, just in case that there is enough room to process everything, because these look like they're filling up. So we'll see if that does the trick. I'll keep my eye on it a little bit more than I have been, because I don't want these abandoned buildings from people not getting their trash picked up. Alright, but back to this. Now I am going to start doing some paths. So what I'm going to be using is these dirt paths right here, and I'm just going to take a main path coming right out the middle here and send it right up here. And then from the top of this, I want different paths like branching off in different areas. So this main one is going to kind of follow the shape of the mountain here, up around the edge, up over here, and then I'll do that in a sec. Now the next one I want to do is bring one curving off of here, and I want it to come up this mountain, although it looks like the slope is going to be a bit too steep here, so I'm going to have to do some terraforming real quick just to fix that, and then we'll finish this path. Okay guys, hopefully that's a bit more manageable. We'll see if we can slope this path up now, and I will slope it because I feel like that might look a little bit more realistic if I do it that way. Oh, there we go. Looks a little rough, but once you fill it in with trees and stuff, it'll look pretty cool. And that's going to be the top of the mountain there. So I'm just going to draw that out. That'd be really cool to do like a lookout post. I don't know how I'd be able to do that. I don't think I have any custom assets that would make that look like a kind of lookout post, like rocks or something. Well, I could actually use some of these vanilla rocks and kind of... nah, that's not going to look too good. So I'll leave that as is for now, and maybe I could see if I could download some custom assets to make that look a bit cooler. And like I said, I'm going to have lots of different branches on this path, so I'm going to take this path off here, kind of take the top of the mountain here, and then follow this guy right down here. And I think this one is actually going to connect back to the original one down here once I kind of loop it right here and kind of create an area at the top there. Yeah, that looks really cool. It looks a bit unnatural without all the trees, but when, I add trees and I add a bit more scenery and rocks and stuff, I feel like it would blend in a lot better than it does right now. I'm just going to redo this section because, I don't know, something about it just doesn't look right. There we go. And then this path I want to bring up and over. If I can, I might have to curve it a little bit so that the slope isn't too steep. Invalid shape, there we go. And I'll bring it back there. There we go, that looks a bit weird, but I think it looks cool. And then I'm gonna branch another one off here, and that's gonna come down into this other area, which I don't know what I want to do here. I don't know if I'll make it like a residential section, but we'll deal with that in a sec. But there's some of our paths. It looks a bit weird, honestly, but I figure once we kind of add trees, the rule of thumb is if you add trees, it'll make it look a lot better no matter what, no matter how weird it looks. So Hopefully that is true. Just gonna add another one there. And maybe we could do... No, it's too steep to add a connector in between here. But I would like to bring a path down into this residential area here. So I'm going to do that with this one. Bring it down. Just real smooth of a path. And then just kind of connect right there. And I didn't even break a house there to do that. That's awesome. So there's our path system up here. Like I said, it's a bit weird looking, but what can you do? I like it. It's cool. It's I think the path color is what looks really unnatural to me. I wish that could be a little bit darker, and I think it would blend in a lot better. But I'm gonna do some scenery off camera. I'm gonna add some trees and stuff, and we'll kind of see what it looks like from there. Hopefully it'll look a lot more natural with those trees and rocks. Just interrupting the time lapse for a sec, guys, just to kind of show off. I downloaded some of these beach assets. They're originally like beach chairs and lawn chairs and stuff, but I thought they kind of work as a little camping area up in the mountains. Just kind of, they're not really true camping tents, and they do kind of have like beach chairs and stuff, but hey, I think it looks pretty cool just as a little camping spot. I'll try to dot a few of these here and there as I'm doing the scenery. Okay, back to the time lapse. Added the terrain for the mountain. So here's the whole finished build. We've got our entrance here. Oh man, those sirens are loud. We have the whole entrance here with the botanical garden and the parking lot. Our main path that branches off with little campsites here and there. And this kind of goes all over the mountain, branching off to areas. And then these side paths will eventually connect to a neighborhood, just like this one does over here. And that's about it. That's our little mountain nature park. Took a little bit of time. The paths are still super derpy, but I like how it turned out. It's really cool. Next I'm going to work on kind of like putting a wall or something around it to clearly define what it is, but for now I'm happy with what we got. So now that that's done, I'm going to move on to the next thing I had on my list today, and that is our sports stadium right in here. So the first thing I'm going to do is plop it down right away and see how this thing works, because I haven't used it yet. So it's 200,000. There we go. Oh, these people don't like it. Oh, I guess it's a huge noise pollution issue, but they're just gonna have to deal. Oh well. I thought this would be a cool spot because it's like right on the beach. It's you could do a lot of tourist looking areas around here, and I think I'll do a boardwalk right beside it once I level out that terrain. So first off, I'm gonna give it water pipes. There we go. Let's speed up time. Perfect. And let's see how this works. So I've got the Double Tap A Ethiopia Football Club versus Las Rico Football Club. And that match is... what year is it? Okay, that match isn't for 4 months. So it seems like it takes a while for these games to happen. That's alright though. We got ticket price, which we can adjust. I'll leave it as it is for now. I don't want to mess with it too much. And then we have these, and I don't know what they are. Oh, okay. So free public transportation on match day. That makes sense. I'm going to do that. Match security, 500 per week per stadium. Now, is that only for the days that there is a game going on, or is that every week? Because that's quite expensive. Oh, $9,000 per week. Okay, so this will train young players to increase odds to win. I'm going to leave that as is. I mean, if we lose a lot, then maybe I'll enable that, but that just seems really expensive for what it is. I might enable the security, because why not? So there we go. We'll have to wait till the actual day of this. I don't know if I'll get a notification saying so, but it's not for like 4 months, so we'll worry about that in a bit. Now what I'm going to worry about, though, is the area around this. So the idea I had in mind is kind of a commercial area with like hotels and stuff, because we have... I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but we have leisure specification and tourism specification, which what we can do is it basically enables us to set a commercial zone that would either have like casinos or hotels or something. So the tourism one is what I definitely want, especially around here, because it would allow, like, it would make this entire area a tourist area. And that's kind of what I want for this, especially because it's right by the beach. We could do a lot of things with that. So I'm going to play around with the zoning area for that. So I'm thinking tourism, like hotels and stuff on this side. I've also got some assets like soccer pitches and stuff that I was thinking we could do over here, like kind of little lesser soccer pitches, like to practice on. And then it's all going to be tied in with this big beach area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit of terraforming off camera, lay down some roads, and then we'll start actually placing our buildings on camera. So we'll see what happens. Alright guys, so I just finished up this area here, and I've kind of laid down a boardwalk, some roads and stuff, and I'll show you first what I've done with the districts. So first of all, I've got a leisure area right in here for casinos and stuff, and then I've also got this area all along the beach here and around the arena, which is for hotels and tourism. So I'm also going to have some high-density residential kind of scattered around here, because I really haven't had a chance to use that yet, because I just unlocked it at the end of the last episode. So I'm going to play around with that, but this is basically what our districts look like. I'm also, because there's going to be so much tourism, we need to add some kind of tourist attractions. So what I've got in here is I've created a road around here for this opera house. So right on the other edge of this canal here, I think would look really good. And yeah, look at that. So this will kind of definitely turn into our tourist area now. I'm pretty much decided. It's right by the national park, it's right by the arena, it's now going to have a few little tourist destinations, and it's right by the beach. So this is definitely going to shape up to be our tourist area. So now I'm going to start placing our hotels and stuff. So high density is what I want here, here, and here. And then I'm going to kind of scatter some high-density residential because, I mean, it would kind of look weird if it was all just hotels. So hopefully this will look cool. And we'll just kind of wait for them to move in here and see what happens. I also, now that I have this new area, I think it's going to be really important to get a bus route down. So I'm going to do that right now. And I'm just going to go... probably gonna do it straight over here without any other stops. So it'll go down this road, and then I want it to stop right in front of the arena here, come down here, come down this big beachfront area, and then actually I'm having second thoughts about this. I think I'm gonna bring it through here. Yeah, I think that's a better idea. So I'm gonna put a stop right here, a stop right here at the arena, and then around back here. It's going to follow this beachside road and then come up to this road here, and then I'll have it come one stop right... oh, I wonder if I could go in here. I feel like this might create a lot of traffic, but I don't care. And then it's going to come right back through here, back one stop in front of the arena here, and then it's going to come all the way back to our bus station. A little convoluted, a little all over the place, but we do need public transportation in order to get people to the arena on game days and just stuff like that. So I'm going to color that blue for commercial, maybe a bit lighter of a blue. And there we go, that's good. I also should put some water down here so they don't move out. And there we go, there's our base for our tourism area. Now, I'm just going to do a real... ooh, look at that. Okay, so now that these buildings are in here, they've kind of fucked up my terrain, and that's kind of annoying. Right in here too. That looks really kind of bad. I'm gonna wait until the buildings fully develop before I start dealing with this, but I'm hoping I'll be able to terraform this. I might have to bring the beach a bit higher. That's annoying because I did want to start placing like beach umbrellas and kind of making the beach look filled out, so I'll probably hold off on that. What I am gonna do though is figure out a high density residential area in here, and I'm just gonna do that off camera because there's nothing really too exciting about that. So give me about 2 seconds and I'll just fill this all up with some high density residential. And actually there is a huge demand for industry, so what I'm gonna do is also add some office zones in there. Office zone, if you're not familiar with the game, is similar to industry. It kind of gets rid of that industry demand, but it doesn't create pollution because it's offices, but it does pretty much the same thing. So I'm probably going to do some of those to kind of alleviate that industry demand, and we'll see what happens. So I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay guys, I've kind of laid down some roads here. It's kind of hard to do when you're kind of working with these weird shapes and just trying to fill in the space. I did my best here. This road kind of curved weirdly, and just dealing with these curves here and this kind of area here, because I was following the natural terrain with the side of this beach here, so I'm not too fussed about it. Once it fills up with buildings, it won't look as weird, but yeah, I'm pretty much happy with it. So I'm going to take my residential, and I'm going to plop residential down, and I'm going to plop some some offices down. I'm just going to line this area right in here all with offices, just to kind of create a noise pollution gap in between the arena and this. I know it's not, I know the mechanics of the game don't actually mean that's what happens, but I don't know, just for aesthetic purposes, that's what I'm going to do. And I'll keep lining this area with some high density residential here. And just to change it up, I am going to do some offices right in here. I also want to see what I can do about this power line. Now that I've kind of filled this area in, I should be able to bulldoze this guy here. And hopefully not have any power disruptions. I don't think we're good. We're not good. Crap. Okay, I fucked up here. I'm gonna just draw a power line right there, and hopefully that will fix the issue. Yeah, okay. So that sorts those guys up for power. Now I just gotta figure out this nature park area. So I'm just gonna take a power line from here, just temporarily for now, and do that. So now I've got a bit more room in here to build my residential, even though I just cut that off. Oh, god damn it. Once this fills up, oh, right there with buildings, we should be good. Yeah, that's perfect. Now I'm just gonna only do that right there. There we go. Okay, power sorted out. It's always such a bugger trying to deal with that, but now that that's good, I'm gonna lay some pipes in here. I always forget about these. And there we go. We'll kind of wait for this area to build up right here. And we've kind of got our tourist area laid down-ish. Ish? Yeah. I'm happy with what I've done here. I think it looks really cool. The city's really starting to get filled out. Also, guys, because this is more of a shorter series of City Skylines, like I said in the first episode, my goal is to keep it under, oh, what just happened? Why are they all angry? Oh shit. I missed our first game. Oh, that's too bad. Damn it, I wish I got that on camera. So it looks like we lost our first game, and that made everybody in the entire city kind of angry. I don't know what to say about that. Maybe I will get this subsidized youth thing to hopefully win some more games. I'm gonna hold off and wait one more turn and see if we win another game. But we made $23,000 from that ticket, which is nice, even though we lost. So, like I said, we'll hold off. When's our next game, actually? 10/01/2030. It's not for another year. That's ridiculous. Why does that take so long? God damn it. I'm going to forget about it again. I know it, but oh well. Okay, back to what was I saying. Yeah, so this... Sorry, I got completely sidetracked there. Because this is going to be a rather short series, up to about 3 episodes, I'm thinking I'm probably going to keep the city constrained to this island here. I don't want to expand it any further, because my goal by the end of episode 3 is to have this area completely finished. And just look how big this map is. There's no way in hell I'm going to be able to complete all of this outside area. So anything inside this square, I'm going to make our city. I'm going to complete that by episode 3. Just to keep it down, but that is already such a huge area, and I mean, like, there's plenty of room for everything that I want to do. So, okay, back to building. I'm gonna pause for a bit, guys. I'm just gonna wait for these buildings to kind of build up, maybe add some more offices to kind of get rid of that industrial demand, and I'll see you guys in a sec, and then we're probably gonna work on our next thing, which is gonna be our train station over there. Oh, I also almost forgot I want to terraform this area here to make it smoother and, you know, actually look like a beach instead of like a cliff. And those cliffs look so ugly and jagged, so I'm gonna see what I can do right in here. Just kind of raise this area up a bit and then try to smooth it down, and hopefully it's not going to give me too much trouble. The terraforming system in this game is a little weird, I gotta say. It's kind of hard to get used to. It's not the easiest thing to master, and I've definitely not mastered it, that's for sure. Oh man, this is actually doing a little bit of work here, the smoothing brush, but this might take a while, so I'll probably do this off camera. If I can do it off camera, we'll see. Alright, I'm all done on the beach, I think. I couldn't really hide these cliffs too well, so I kind of used trees to cover it up. I've got like little lifeguard stations, umbrellas, and I added some like restaurant or like boat marina stuff in here and kind of used a big rock to kind of hide the cliffs here. I think it looks really cool, and I really like how it turned out. This little tourist area looks amazing, especially with this big arena in the center. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm going to continue the tourist area over into this area, but that might have to be next episode. So we'll see what happens with that, because right now I want to go work all the way over here on our train area. So I'm going to lay down some roads real quick off camera, because it's going to take a while trying to figure out the distance, and I think I'm going to do an off-ramp off of the highway too, because I know the cargo terminal uses, well, it creates a lot of traffic, so I really don't want that traffic cluttering up my industrial area from this area, or them coming in through my roundabout, so I got to have a separate off-ramp. So I'm going to figure that out off camera, and then I'll come back to you when I'm ready to place some buildings. Alright guys, I haven't done anything yet. I just realized real quick, I unlocked a university a real long time ago, and nothing kind of became out of it. So I haven't placed it down, and I feel like I really should, because there's 600 eligible citizens for university. So I'm just going to place that right in here in the middle, and that's kind of going to be a good buffer between my high density and my low density in here. So just wanted to get that on camera just so you know that I'm putting that down there. Okay, back to building. Okay guys, after a bit of work, I've kind of figured out how I want our train terminal to go. So I've created basically a dedicated road for it right here, and I've got like dedicated on-ramp and off-ramps for all of it. It gets a bit messy when you look underground here with the roads, but I've also created on-ramp and off-ramp for our industry area over here, and hopefully that'll keep some traffic out of our circle, because look at that traffic. That's no good. But right now that this is done, I'm going to plop down that railroad thing on camera, and we'll kind of play around and see how that works. So first off, I'm going to pause the game, because I'm going to have to demolish these tracks right here. Then I'm going to place down our cargo terminal. It's going to be right there in the middle there. And then I'll connect our tracks back up again. Maybe I'll move this track a little further to make it a bit more smooth. There we go. Okay, now let's play and we'll see how this goes. Oh, I need power. Of course, I forgot about power. Why am I not surprised? No, I was gonna do like a windmill or something over here, but I'll just connect it up to the main grid like that. There we go. Now we gotta wait and we'll see what happens. I'm expecting, I know when I used to play this game about a year or so ago, I know these things would create a lot of traffic. So I'm curious if that's gonna be the case or not. And if so, I really hope this kind of like system right off the highway is gonna be able to handle all that. But right now it seems pretty chill, not a lot of traffic, which I'm happy about. It looks like our on-ramp and off-ramp over here is getting used a lot too, and I'm really happy about that, because that means hopefully this will move a lot smoother. But yeah, while we're waiting for this guy to work and see what happens, I'm just gonna kind of beautify the area a bit, add some trees, make it actually look a bit more industrial, because this is an industrial loading area, and try to create like a good natural border in between here and here, because we got our residential neighborhood right here, and we don't really want those side by side with this industrial area. So now that this is all down, give me a bit of time, I'll figure this out, and we'll see what happens. I'll get back to you if we have any traffic issues here too. guys, I finished up this train area here. I've added a shit ton of trees, and I opted for kind of a natural barrier between these neighborhoods. So kind of just going with the same theme I've been doing generally in the city with these little hills and stuff. I think it looks really cool, especially with the trees. And I added some warehouses and parking lots. And it looks cool. It looks like a little depot connected to the industry area. I like how it looks, so I'm happy with that. That's pretty much, I think, the last project I'm gonna do for this episode, guys. I haven't done a lot in terms of expanding, but I've really done a lot of key things on my list of things to do, like this cargo terminal, this tourist area, which I'm super happy about. Look at this beach. I think that looks so cool, and especially with the arena and the hotels. I'm so happy with that. We got a little bit of a noise pollution issue here, but I'll figure that out in the next episode. And also our national park with our mountain. That looks super cool with the paths. I might fix it up a bit in between episodes, but we'll see. And just so you guys know, for the third episode, and hopefully probably the final episode, my plan is to finish this entire city island. I'm probably going to do a bit of off-camera work in between episodes, but by the end of episode 3, this entire island will be finished, the city will be finished, and hopefully it's not going to be too much work. I'm thinking when I'm done, I'm going to post the file on Steam Workshop if you guys want to check it out, keep building on it, expanding it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. We're playing tons of games on this channel. Me, Jay, Sam, and Emma. We're doing group games on the weekends, solo games on the weeks. We got a lot of cool things lined up, so check us out. And that's going to be it for this episode. So I'll see you guys next time in episode 3.